sometimes grabbing the person make it worse for him. I think he has to be able to step back.
I think sometime hope grabbing a person make it worse for him. I think you have to be able to step back, come in the whole of boxing. There's no other greater combination than the combo of Evander Holyfield and Oleksandr Usyk, who happen to be the only two boxers to be undisputed at both the cruiser and heavyweight divisions. Interestingly, these two boxers are combining efforts to put an absolute end to Tyson Fury's reign in the heavyweight division, as Evander Holyfield has been training Oleksandr Usyk ahead of their fight. Tyson Fury has been defeated just once, and the defeat came through the super fists of Oleksandr Usyk earlier this year. And should a second defeat come on December 21, many boxing professionals are advising the Gypsy King to bid the sport goodbye. Well, Oleksandr Usyk and Evander Holyfield had the best time training together, and afterwards Evander Holyfield gave boxing fans an idea of what would happen on fight night based on Oleksandr Usyk's performance in training. While many feel Tyson Fury's height and weight advantage would make his punches hit Oleksandr Usyk harder while remaining out of +6 reach, Holyfield, who also moved from the cruiserweight division to the heavyweight division, believes Tyson Fury's weight will be a major disadvantage to him, as it'll make his punches slower and heavier. Usyk is a master of footworks and skills, hence he's not expected to fall victim to Tyson Fury's weight music plans in this context. After their training session together, IFL TV recently interviewed Evander Holyfield, the real deal, and he said, referencing their first match in May, that Fury's showboating performance wasn't a great one in the ring, and although he appreciated him getting up after the knockdown in the 9th round, Holyfield admitted that he never thought Oleksandr Usyk would lay his hands on Fury after the first 6 rounds, only for Fury to be ruined the flow of the match with his playfulness in this connection. Given Fury's boxing against Oleksandr Usyk, Evander Holy believes Oleksandr Usyk is more likely to become the undisputed heavyweight champion, since the cat has better qualities. Forward, step back, boxing is one of the things that grabbing people tend to get them a little bit more rest and get them a chance to hit you. It's going to be a tough fight for both, even though I think Usyk will win, announced Holyfield. Contemporary fidelity, because for one thing he is a tough fighter, he doesn't give up, and he is quicker. I don't think Tyson Fury would be able to compete with how many punches he's going to throw. The real deal, explained. Usyk almost put Fury away in the 9th round of an absorbing fight, rocking the Brit with a flurry of 14 unanswered punches, which left his opponent leaning on the ropes for applause. Support. The Gypsy King somehow survived the onslaught and made it to the end of the fight, but the Ukrainian has previously claimed he can learn from the first bout and perform even better in the rematch. He said, from the last fight with Tyson Fury, I learned a lot about him. A lot of the things that I saw in the fight I didn't see on TV with all the fights that I saw of Tyson Fury, so we will prepare even better, and God willing, with God's victory, we will show our best shape again. Applause. I have incredible motivation. I'm often told that I've done everything. What is next? There is nothing further, but we just work every day. Every day is a new day. Usyk previously said, from the last fight with Tyson Fury, I learned a lot about him. A lot of the things that I saw in the fight. Usyk previously said, from the last fight with Tyson Fury, I learned a lot about him. A lot of the things that I saw in the fight. Problem, referee, do good work, because it's tough sport, boxing. Yeah, last punch could be last, because we big guy like that. Last week, Fury's co-promoter Top Ranks Todd Duo said in those middle rounds it felt like he was just teeing off on him, and I think he just got a little lackadaisical and confident. I think he learned a lesson, and it was a hard lesson, but I also believe the other guy's going to be better this time because he has more confidence. I think his personality, the way he is in the ring, is just his character, but I think he's going to not take things for granted, and I think learned a hard lesson. Hey guys, Ty here, back as you can see, counting down the days until I can get virus. The former cruiserweight world champion disclosed after Joshua's fight with Du Bois that he and Fury exchanged pleasantries before asserting his confidence in winning December's match. A little bit they spoke. Yeah, how are you, blah blah blah, this is my friend, of course he's like my brother. I too love my London fans. When I win the second time with Tyson Fury, I don't "Know what's next? I want to rest with my family," he told Boxing King Media. And then you have one problem, because this position is dangerous if you want to do step back like this, not like this, because this in a surprising turn of events when the highly anticipated rematch is just 2 months away. Tyson Fury disclosed that he has not yet initiated his training camp when probed about his preparations for the rematch. Fury disclosed, "I haven't started training yet. I won't go into camp for a good while. I think I've got 13 weeks today until my fight, so I'll probably start training in about 6 weeks for it. I do about 6-7 weeks training for these fights usually, and I'll be ready to rock and roll on the night. Roll on December 21st. Come on US December the 21st is going to be my time. I'll turn boxing, but I ain't come back for my loss, and I relish it." Tyson Fury also took to social media to launch a foul-mouthed rant and warn Oleksandr Usyk about a mistake he made in their first world heavyweight title fight ahead of December's eagerly anticipated rematch in the first undisputed title clash back in May. Usyk was widely seen as controlling the fight and dropped Fury in round 9, although he was ultimately only awarded a split decision win by the judges. The two men will run it back once again, squaring off in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on December 21st, although it won't be for all 4 major belts this time, after Usyk was forced to vacate the International Boxing Federation title, which has since been claimed by Daniel Duis and defended in his devastating knockout of Anthony Joshua. With the rematch now set for December 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the two boxing kings engaged in a rather unusual pre-fight press conference earlier today, with Oleksandr Usyk turning up in an Agent 47 costume from the hit video game series Hitman, universally recognized heavyweight world champion. Applause. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Not only had Usyk gotten into character by donning the iconic Agent 47 suit and shaving his head, but he also carried with him a military-grade briefcase that hilariously held a picture of him landing one of his patented overhand left hands on the Gypsy King, never one to back down from a joke. Tyson Fury would himself sign the picture and return it to the dominant 22-0 champion, with his trainer laughing as he noted, "Tomorrow you will find this on eBay." Whilst Fury was happy to go along with Usyks' Hitman impersonation, that isn't to say that the British superstar didn't have an ominous warning of his own prepped and ready. Here he is, the reigning and defending universally recognized heavyweight world champion Alexander the First. "Have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit smarter if I am to get the victory," acknowledged Fury, before pointing out that rematches throughout the course of his career have only ever gone one way. Even before the fight, the one and only former undisputed cruiserweight and heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield had seen Alexander Usyk as the new fighter to join him as the second man to truly conquer both divisions. When Alexander Usyk set out to make history against Tyson Fury this year, USA going to throw more punches, so USA going to hit him a lot. USA is a mean guy, he's mean, he's one of them type of guy that it don't make no difference what street he on, he ain't going to be back from nobody. Tyson FS a big guy, and big guys don't get ahead of what turned out to be a tactical battle for the ages. Holyfield offered his thoughts on the approach that each man should take. The real deal took part in the most recent undisputed heavyweight title contest when he faced Lennox Lewis in a rematch back in 1999, losing out by unanimous decision after a contentious draw in their first encounter 8 months prior that many fans felt Lewis deserved to win. A quarter of a century later, and the undisputed heavyweight throne was up for grabs once again, with Fury and Usyk set to be crowned as the first ever fourth belt champion of the division. In an interview with TNT Sports, Holyfield explained the game plans that each of the champions should adopt in what will surely be the biggest test in each of their respective careers. On pick, people don't pick on big guys. Us don't have to bull, us know how to fight. He more prepared, he understand, he ain't got the longer arms, he us kind of in that era like me. He ain't the tallest, he ain't the shortest, all this, but so he had to make more adjustment. Both of the fighters are great fighters, but both of them fight in two different styles. I think that if the fight becomes not very aggressive, I think that it favors Tyson Fury. If the fight becomes a busy fight, very close, I think that it is going to come out to Usyk. Usyk is a guy that when it comes down to just fighting, he is a fighter. Tyson Fury is a thinking fighter. If things get to be slow, there is a good chance that he will win. Size has something to do with the style of fight that you fight. Tyson Fury is the tall guy, so if he can keep him out there at range, he has the longer arms, and of course he is going to win. If they get close, then I think it will come down to